Hi, I'm Greg Christian, and I want to talk to you about more positive foods. My definition of more positive foods is food, and why I use more positive foods instead of healthy foods is because when you start talking about healthy, you insult the current global food system, and you insult the food system that feeds kids free food in schools. And so there's no reason to have that those people defensive. So more positive foods is a little more palatable for them. So and I'm a cook, and so I don't really know if pesticides are bad for people or hormones are bad for people or the current way we raise or grow food is bad for people. I'm not a scientist or a doctor, so I really can't talk to healthy. So I talk about more positive foods, and to me a more positive food is, if we talk about a vegetable, it's a vegetable whose seed isn't genetically engineered or modified, and it's hand planted in hand tilled soil that's been hand weeded, and then that soil continues to be hand weeded, and then when the vegetable needs water, it's hand watered, and then it's hand picked when it's ready, and hand washed, hand cooked, chopped and cooked, and then eaten right then and there. An animal, let's talk about a chicken. A more positive food chicken is a chicken that isn't genetically engineered at all, and it is born out, in the wild, and it gets to walk around its whole life, and it eats the way a chicken was meant to eat, and it gets to live its life peacefully and safely and treated right. And then when it's time for the chicken to be slaughtered, it's slaughtered in a good way by good people, and then treated respectfully as it's butchered, mostly by hand with a person and a knife, not by a machine. And then it's gently packed and brought to market. That's the most positive chicken. A more positive piece of beef is a cow who isn't engineered and gets to eat the way cows used to eat, eating grass, and gets to walk around its whole life and is treated right and respectfully and not packed in with other cows. It lives a comfortable life, and then it's slaughtered in a humane way and hand butchered, and the whole thing is eaten. So those are more positive foods. The more we eat food closer to those definitions of more positive foods, the more that we will heal our mind, body, and spirit. If we eat chickens that live in a cage and aren't treated right and are slaughtered, like in the chicken houses now, for example, they're slaughtering a million, or over a million head a day, and that is the chicken ends up being raised in a small environment, and ends up being angry and scared and maybe sad. The vegetables that are factory farmed end up being not the healthiest for us. Let me say it a different way. They end up too being probably not as positive for us as they could be. So as we eat this food that's less positive day after day after day, we are getting sick. Our bodies are getting sick, our spirits are getting sick, and emotionally we're getting more and more depressed as or scared or sad as a society. And so we can't eat these most positive foods all the time unless we didn't have a job and grew our own food and just grew our food and ate our food. Some farmers can do it, but we have jobs and families, and we're busy. But the idea of this short video is to try and inspire you to eat more positive foods, more and more and more. And the easiest way to do that is to go to farmers markets and buy directly from the farmer and ask them how they raise their food. And you'll find that you'll be able to start to heal your mind, body, and spirit the more positive food you buy and eat.